Guys, it happened. We grew up too fast. Looking back at some of the most defining moments the NFL has to offer over the past few years, I kept thinking to myself, wow, was that really that long ago? So today, we will be looking at stuff that will make you say, wow, was that really that long ago? Without further ado, let's start the video. It's already been over a year since Andrew Luck retired before a preseason football game. And Colts fans, don't think we forgot when you booed Andrew Luck off the field. Luck did have good reason for retiring though. In 6 years, he torn cartilage in 2 ribs, partially torn abdomen, a lacerated kidney that left him peeing blood, at least 1 concussion, a torn labrum in his throwing shoulder, and calf and ankle issues. You guys remember when Vontae Davis retired at halftime? That was 2 years ago. In the middle of facing the Chargers, he just decided, I'm done, and retired. He's responsible for some great NFL moments.
Okay, so the rumor is true. Okay, we just traded you. Okay, we traded you to the Minneapolis Colts. All right, so you okay?
Nah, I'm gonna call my grandmother.
You can call your grandmother?
His clip tugged on all of our heartstrings. He did go on to be a Pro Bowl corner for the Colts, so I guess all is fine. But who else forgot about this happening? It's crazy that it was already 2 years ago. One of the best moments this game has ever seen, the Minneapolis Miracle, which was almost 3 years ago. It feels like just yesterday, Case Keenum heaved up a pass to Stephon Diggs to win the divisional game. The sideline view of this play was amazing. Of course, that was the first of the next 3 years of tragic Saints playoff losses. 4 years ago, Peyton Manning retired from football. The NFL just does not feel the same without a Manning in it. With that retirement though, it meant that season was the last time Tom Brady and Peyton Manning faced off against each other, which was in that memorable conference championship. Their battles were like no other. Of course, we cannot forget about Von Miller's strip sack that won the game for the Broncos. The number 2 pick of the 2011 draft taking down the number 1 pick, the clash of 2 of the best players in the game at that time.
Play action. And Manning's going to heave one. There's a flag. Beckham, a one-handed catch. How in the world?
Odell's catch was 6 years ago. That play that skyrocketed him to be a superstar. Odell became known for his ability to catch the ball, making it the most important thing to catch it with one hand every time you ran a route. It was the play of the year, the 8th best play of the 2010s, and it put him on the cover of Madden. This play shaped the past decade, and it is nuts that it was already 6 years ago. Obama was still president when this happened, and we were still in the iPhone 6 back then. Bobby Shmurda's Hot Boy was still one of the top songs in the country. Another play that broke the internet and put a bright spotlight on an additional player is the tip, the definition of clutch. Richard Sherman called game and tipped the ball mid-air to win the playoff game between their rivals, the 49ers. And as he so lovingly put it,
well, I'm the best corner in the game. When you try me with a sorry receiver like Crabtree, that's the result you're going to get. Don't you ever talk about me.
We found out why we shouldn't do that to Richard Sherman almost 7 years ago. The butt fumble. The most Jets thing to ever happen, which was 8 years ago, almost 3,000 days, when the world stopped for a second to laugh at Mark Sanchez and the Jets. Despite being involved in one of the worst plays in NFL history, I don't think the guy gets enough credit for his career. In his rookie season, he led the Jets to a playoff berth with a 9-7 record. During that playoffs, he knocked off some impressive QBs to put on his wall, starting off with beating Carson Palmer 24-14, and then showed Phillip Rivers how it was done. Although he fell short to the Colts in the conference championship, that's not too shabby for a rookie season. Then moving on to his second season when he led the Jets to an 11-5 record and another playoff berth. Not only did he beat Peyton Manning this time around, but the Jets shocked everyone and took out Tom Brady, although lost yet again in the conference championship. Quite an impressive collection of QBs beaten in the playoffs, although following that was the butt fumble. And everything went downhill after that. Which leads us to Mark Sanchez's backup, Tim Tebow, the guy who won over everyone's heart. Impossible to hate the guy. He was so bad but somehow kept winning. Tebow Mania was 9 years ago in the 2011 season. Just looking back at some of his stat lines, you have to wonder how he stepped foot on the NFL field. Tebow managed to win a game with only completing 2 passes. An actual NFL quarterback only completing 2 passes. This is not like Kendall Hinton, who was thrown in there after every quarterback on the roster couldn't play. This is a Heisman winning quarterback who only completed 2 passes in a game. The craziest part about that is that they actually won the game. That whole division was a mess that year though. Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders were all 8-8, and the Chiefs were 7-9. Broncos did get the playoff berth, and Tebow did not disappoint. Broncos stunned the Steelers on the first play of overtime.
Out over the 45 midfield. Here we go. 40, 35, foot race, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown. Denver is over. It's over in Denver.
Sadly though, but not so sad, the sheriff came to town and Tebow Mania was over just as quick as it started. 9 years ago, Marshawn Lynch caused an earthquake. Marshawn has given us so many memorable moments, but his most iconic one was the Beast Quake.
Has blockers now. He's dancing his way for the touchdown.
And of course, we can't forget about the second one, which was already almost 7 years ago.
And it's a line drive kick. Jackson bobbles it and now has to try and recover. Deshaun Jackson gets a block. Are you kidding? Deshaun Jackson still not in and now in for the touchdown.
The miracle at Meadowlands was 10 years ago. Vic on the Eagles seems like a distant memory. Vic is retired from the NFL and Deshaun Jackson is nearing the end of his career. This play brings back so much nostalgia. A good Giants team, Andy Reid on the Eagles, and Vic and Deshaun Jackson lighting up the NFL. Those were some great times. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know which one you found was the most surprising. I'll be posting at least once every single week, so make sure you subscribe so you won't miss out.